A Court of Appeal ruling paves the way for Commonwealth citizens to vote in Barbados, and in sport, controversy over the appointment of a new ombudsman to the Guyana Cricket Board. I'm Ricardo Robertson. This is Caribbean in 10 for Tuesday, May 8th. I'll be back with the details after the break.
So how did you get started? You started way back when?
I started 7 years ago.
7 years ago?
Yeah. My brother, Young Mert, he told me I should do music. I never thought about it. I used to be a fan of him more than I was a fan of myself, you know. And he was telling me I have the image for it, you know what I mean? And I was like, nah, I ain't got no image for that. I don't know how to do no music. And he was like, man, let me just write something for you one time and see how it goes.
On this episode of Caribbean Passport, travel the region with me, your host, Lisa Douglas. We'll check out the latest festivals and events, bringing you right into the action. It's all coming up next on this station.
A Court of Appeal decision in Barbados has paved the way for CARICOM nationals and other Commonwealth citizens living in the country to vote, but the ruling may not have come in time for such residents to participate in the May 24th poll. Yesterday, the Court of Appeal threw out long-standing rules of the Electoral and Boundaries Commission, the EBC, that blocked Commonwealth citizens from voting, which means that those living in Barbados for at least 3 years can join the list of eligible voters. A 5-member legal team had challenged the EBC's long-held policy that only people who were citizens or had residency status could be registered to vote. The class action suit was taken on behalf of a Grenadian, a Jamaican, a Montserratian, and a St. Lucian. And the court ruled that the EBC and Chief Electoral Officer had unlawfully refused to register those four on the electoral list. But one of the group's lawyers, Gregory Nichols, said he did not know if they would get on to the list for the upcoming poll, as yesterday was the last day for voters to ensure their names were on the list. Staying in on the elections front in Barbados, an unofficial count from nominations submitted on nomination day yesterday shows that even more candidates than initially anticipated have registered for the election race. 132 people will be going after the 30 seats in Parliament, among them a record of 36 women. The total number is almost twice the total 68 candidates who competed in the last two elections. And on the same day, Barbadians are voting government and opposition legislators in St. Vincent and the Grenadines will debate a controversial constitutional bill, and amid suggestions that the reference Constitutional Questions Bill 2018 is intended to use a backdoor approach to remove the London-based Privy Council as the island's highest court, Prime Minister Dr. Ralph Gonsalves says that is not the case. He told legislators that the bill does not say anything about taking away the right of citizens to appeal to the Privy Council, and he urged a stop to what he termed scaremongering. Over in Trinidad and Tobago, environmentalist Dr. Wayne KUBLALSINGH has been arrested while protesting yet again. This time he was taken into custody after laying on the ground to prevent a sanitation truck driver from going in to power wash the Arima market. A defiant, KUBLALSINGH was forcibly removed by a joint team of Borough Corporation police officers and police. He has been charged with disorderly conduct and resisting arrest, and his behavior is not sitting well with the mayor.
The way to treat with this administratively is not to go on public media and demonize them. It's not to send police for them.
Just a few hours before his arrest, Dr. KUBLALSINGH sought to be the voice of reason, pleading the cause of the Arima market vendors. But as the sun rose high in the sky, so did the tensions. And then this happened. KUBLALSINGH flat on the floor. According to the Arima mayor, he willingly put himself there.
The information I received from the municipal police, Dr. KUBLALSINGH obstructed the sanitation team from carrying out their duties in the Arima market. And at one point, he threw himself onto the ground, and the TTPS from Arima arrested him.
The mayor says she's disappointed in Dr. KUBLALSINGH.
But as far as I was told, he was contacted by one vendor, and he took it upon himself to use the Arima market as a platform for whatever agenda, whatever reason.
Stay with us, your Midday Sport is next. Former Guyana Cricket Board Administrator Claude Raphael believes the current executive crossed the line in appointing a new ombudsman to the board. Isan Griffith of Capital News tells us more.
In an interview today, Raphael stated that the decision made by the Guyana Cricket Board flouts the new Cricket Administration Act.
The act has not changed. The minister is still the person who is supposed to appoint the ombudsman. And although there was an ombudsman appointed, the very people who have gone ahead and appointed this new ombudsman, they're the ones who were frustrating the whole process all along. And I don't see any part of the act that gives them the authority to appoint an ombudsman before the first election is held of the Guyana Cricket Board.
Raphael, who is also part of the concerned stakeholders group, stated that the group is not taking the appointment lightly and will be taking steps to have the matter dealt with.
Quite obvious that this Guyana Cricket Board does not want an election to happen. It doesn't want a free and fair election to happen. It knows that a free and fair election is not in its own interest, apparently, because I don't see no reason why you'd want to continue to perpetuate this confusion, this chaos within our cricketing framework, within the cricketing body. The Bobbies has had their share of confusion. They've had it sorted out through the courts. And look at what is happening in Bobbies in terms of sponsors coming on board. Cricket is being developed. Cricket is being accentuated through all levels in Bobbies. So you can see like a whole veil has lifted over the cricketing scenario, the environment of cricket. So to my mind, if we have free and fair elections, everybody would accept what comes out of free and fair election and move on.
And that's Caribbean in 10. Join us again at 6:30 for Caribbean Newsline. Good afternoon.